The Ohio Senate wants to tighten marijuana home grow rules and crack down on delta-8 THC, you guys. That's right. Senate Republicans want to keep Ohioans under 21 from purchasing delta-8 products and tighten the rules for adults to grow cannabis at home. I wonder if they're doing this because they're so close to Illinois, Rico. But nonetheless, Senate Bill 278 introduced this week proposes long-discussed reforms to the adult use marijuana law approved by voters last November. Adults 21 and older will have been allowed to consume and grow marijuana since December, and adult use sales could begin in the coming weeks as regulators finalize license applications for business. Governor Mike DeWine has reportedly urged lawmakers to clarify rules for public marijuana use and crack down on delta-8, which is synthesized from cannabidiol in hemp. Delta-8 is legal under the federal 2018 Farm Bill and largely unregulated in Ohio. Because of that, consumers can easily find products at CBD stores, wellness shops, and gas stations. In a quote, "This is not an upheaval of the will of the people," said Senators Kirk Schilling, Republican from Canton, said. "This is just trying to make sure there's clarity to it," he says. Under Senate Bill 278, only people 21 and older could buy adult use hemp products containing at least 2.5 milligrams of THC per serving. That includes any kind of THC naturally or artificially derived from the cannabis plant. Users could not smoke or vape marijuana in public places where tobacco smoke is already banned. And Ohioans who grow marijuana at home could be required to submit an affidavit to the Division of Cannabis Control pledging not to sell their crop to the public. Under the law approved by voters, home growers can transfer up to 6 plants to another adult as long as there's no payment or advertising. And the illegal cultivation of marijuana at home would be a misdemeanor for the first offense and could escalate to a felony charge. Marijuana businesses could take advantage of tax deductions for the cost of doing business, such as insurance and rent. That would only be on state taxes, though. And certain standalone processors licensed under the medical program would be eligible for an adult use cultivation license. And finally, patients could use medical marijuana to treat any condition as long as it's recommended by their physician. Look, that's some good news. Will Ohio legislature change adult use marijuana laws, though? That's the question. Because Schurig said lawmakers want to promote a free market that leads to more supply and lower costs for consumers. The medical marijuana program grappled with an oversupply of product, which operators blamed on red tape that sapped patient demand and drove them to Michigan instead. Senate Republicans also plan to revamp where the tax money goes, with an emphasis on funding mental health services, drug treatment, and law enforcement, but they have yet to propose formal changes. The adult use program created a substance abuse and addiction fund that gets 25% of the revenue from the excise tax. A spokesperson for DeWine said the governor supports efforts to regulate delta-8 and ensure Ohioans can, in quotes, be in public spaces without invasive marijuana smoke, he says. It's unclear whether lawmakers, particularly in the House, have an appetite to take up marijuana legislation. House leaders declined to pass a previous Senate proposal and argued some of DeWine's concerns could be addressed through administrative rulemaking. Representative Jamie Callender, Republican from Concord, said last month that both chambers share a desire to tackle delta-8. And cannabis growers and sellers are also frustrated with the lack of regulation around delta-8, especially when compared to the stringent rules for medical and adult use marijuana. But they also don't want to see legislature dramatically change the program approved by voters. A spokesperson for the Ohio Cannabis Coalition did not respond to a request for comment, and in a quote, "Our products are not all available to children. It's a 21 and over market," Buckeye Relief CEO Andy Rayburn said in an interview last month. He also says that is tightly enforced when you enter a dispensary and overseen by the DCC. It's the complete opposite with intoxicating hemp products, which are freely available to hundreds, if not thousands, of gas stations, convenience stores, and smoke shops throughout Ohio. Well, will delta-8 continue to be an Ohio player at gas stations near you? I can't wait to hear what you guys have to say about this. And this is Jason Beck for the High at 9 News Hour. What do y'all got to say?
Continuing theme here.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't know how to define this Lawyers found the loopholes. Now that they're making money, they're going to fight over closing the loopholes.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just a continuing theme.
Yeah,
people want these products. That's the problem they got.
That's right. People do want the products.
I feel I gave like the Ohio Republicans way too much credit early on, pushing through and actually compromising, because they've been trying to claw back as much regulation as possible when they after ceding, to the people of Ohio when they said that they want legalization and they got rushed into doing this shit. They've been trying to claw back and take people's rights back every turn that they've got, every opportunity they've gotten here. I don't think this is going to pass either in Ohio.
I don't think it is either, bro. I think the House is going to tell the Senate to go piss up a rope. What do you think about that, Dale?
I wouldn't recommend anybody sign any goddamn affidavit saying they won't sell their weed. No.
Yeah, right.
My name on anything like that. That's nuts.
Isn't it?
Nuts.
Isn't it? Hey, yeah, I guess I'm a home grower. I pledge not to sell my weed. How are they going to know in the first place?
Do you think this glut of products that they claim to have, you think that might have something to do with them selling 10ths instead of 8ths?
I think that's a reason why they definitely have at least 20% more product, Rico.
Look, I don't mind if anybody requires that a home grower pledge that they're not going to sell their weed. What I mind is programs that don't include a lane for home grow. And so I think we need to sort of make sure we contextualize that. It's such as Florida, right? Where it's not just baked into the regs. I think people being able to make their own medicine or make their own cannabis is really important. And if it takes a pledge, so what?
The only pledge I'm taking is the Pledge of
Allegiance. Give up your
Allegiance.
Second Amendment rights when you go on paper about this stuff. That's my concern. If they make it illegal to sell your homegrown products, you're on notice it's illegal. Why do you have to sign your name to some shit like this?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. They're going to try to catch you up and be able to charge you with a case. And even if you get caught with weed, then they're going to say that this is your home grow and you're selling it and whatnot. And they're going to, even if it's in multiple baggies or anything, and you just have like different flavors, they're going to try to wrap you up for sales. We all know how this game works.
Yep. Isn't it true, Jason Beck, in 2024, April 24th, you signed this affidavit saying this?
You submitted it to the state. We have this email from your email address. Can you please verify this email address and that you receive emails at this address?
Yeah.
That's how it'll work.
That's how they get you.
Yep.
There's a reason why Donald Trump don't use email, right?
Well, it's because it requires a level of proficiency that not everybody has.
You guys.
He has his bodyguard carry a phone. That's how he talks to people.
That's what he has his lawyers for, you guys. That's what the lawyers are for.
What happens when you fire the fixer, though?
No, I mean, look, the truth is he's a darn good Twitterer. And so email would be maybe
a truther now.
A next digital step for him. Yeah, we'll see. Call me, Donnie. I'll walk you through how to construct a good email.
The only thing that can save Ohio right now is it was two people.
Nick Lachey.
John Boehner and Nick Lachey.
John
Boehner and Nick Lachey need to come out of their hiding and address the citizens of Ohio and get them the weed that they deserve.
Yeah, John Boehner's not going to do it. He's probably hanging out in that basement with Biden.
Isn't that the guy who always liked to tear up? Didn't he always like to tear up?
He did. He used to cry a lot. He used to cry a lot.
He was a crier.
He was a crier.
I don't know. I don't understand all that. He was a spray tan crier.
He was.